Hi, it's me, Ingrid of P. And good morning. Hope it's morning wherever you're watching this. We're going to be trying out Filmjölk, which is a kind of Swedish yogurt, you could say. Fjällfil is what I'm going to be trying today because it was half price because it's going out tomorrow. So the expiration date is tomorrow, so they had this for a good price. It comes in the packaging that looks like most yogurt packagings in Sweden. Most packages are cartons, Tetra Paks in Sweden when you go to the dairy. I know that in other countries sometimes it's like plastic bottles and all that, but in Sweden it's often in this shape. So these are all lined up on the shelf, and I know that a lot of tourists have looked at these things and thought, cool, like a Swedish yogurt, and then they buy it, bring it home, and then they are disappointed. Also because like they'll learn that the word mjölk means milk, right? And on this one it doesn't say Filmjölk. But so they'll think, oh, it's maybe milk, you know. Well, on this one it has a picture of what's coming out, so it looks like yogurt. But on the other ones, they don't have a picture of a yogurt. They only have like a cow or something. And so I'm going to pour it out. See if I can. I have a bowl here. Let's see. And it comes out like in clunks. There we go. Oh, also Swedish flag, as you can see, made in, this one is supposed to be from cow milk in the northern part of Sweden. That's why they have like a picture of like, yeah, it's like supposed to be really natural and everything. But yeah, so a lot of tourists that come to Sweden mistake it for milk, and then they come home and they're like, what is this stuff? So yeah, it looks like yogurt, like runny yogurt, I don't know. The problem is that it has a little sting, it has a little sour edge to it. And so it's another kind of bacterial culture than yogurt. Yogurt is actually better for you, for your gut flora, rather than this stuff. But this is what was in Sweden before yogurt ever came. So a lot of people are just used to eating this. And it does taste good. It's just that it's another taste, and I think a lot of tourists get scared of, you know, once they eat it, they're like, ooh, you know, and then they never went to buy it again. But it is the sort of thing that you get used to. It's like, you know, there's Turkish yogurt and there's Greek yogurt, and there's, you know, there are different kinds of yogurts. You know, in France they have fromage blanc, which is kind of similar to this, you could say. It's a kind of yogurt, but with a little bit more of a sour taste. I know that in school we would eat a lot of fromage blanc in France, like because we would always have a cheese course. Sounds very fancy, but basically, you know, before we got dessert, we would get cheese, a piece of cheese, and it would maybe be a camembert piece, or it would be, you know, some other kind of dairy product, and so it would often be fromage blanc. They also had ficelle, and they had a little bit of other things in France. But so every country, I think, like has their version. Like I know that my mom is really into cottage cheese, which in Sweden they have queso, which is kind of like cottage cheese. It's kind of the same thing. A little bit more watery, a little bit less salty, but it's something that a lot of Swedish people eat. So this one is good. I'm going to make another part of the video where I'm actually going to be trying other kinds of Filmjölk, because there are many different kinds. This one is kind of like the classic one is just called Filmjölk. This one's called fjällfil, which is a little bit more spicy, you could say, a little bit more spritz to it. But this is quite close to the general fil. They have Filmjölk that is that has like berry tastes, and they have you know, light version which has less fat in it. But I went to try the fil that's called långfil or fil, which is really thick, and it looks and has a weird consistency, but I think that it is kind of an experience, you know. So we're going to do that in another video. I'm going to just leave this here. Hi, it's me again on a new day. Now, what happened is that I found out that långfil, the fil I wanted to show you guys, does not exist. They stopped producing it 2023. So I've been looking at every single store looking for långfil to show you guys the real experience of how fil can be. But yeah, it does not exist anymore. Apparently there's another producer that produces it. There are only like 2 producers of fil, I guess, in Sweden. Maybe, you know, there are other companies, I guess, but they share the same production place. So they don't, and yeah, I haven't seen that kind in the stores. So we're going to be just eating the regular fil. As you can see, Filmjölk. Mjölk is milk, fil is fil. And milk comes in very similar packages, except that the color scheme is different, but it's the same. So we're going to start by pouring it into a bowl. I have some Cheerios here, which is not very authentic of me, but it comes out like watery fil, yogurt kind of, but it's very much a little bit like spicy fil, you know. And yeah, so for me it always reminds me of summer, but Swedish people, it reminds them of winter. That's because I used to go to Sweden in the summers, so yeah. Anyway, I'm going to you know, keep eating my fil. I wish I could show you the experience of långfil, because it's really goopy and it's like a string, but yeah, you're not able to have that experience anymore. Unless you happen to find an elusive fil at north of Sweden somewhere, you're not going to find it. Because they don't make it in Arla, which is the biggest brand of dairy in Sweden. You can't see it in Skånemejerier, which is the brand that's in the south of Sweden, and you can't. And then there's the Norrmejerier, which are the north dairy, and they produce it apparently, but I don't know. I haven't been to the north of Sweden to find the Filmjölk. So yeah, tell me what you guys think. Do you want me to keep on doing the series? I have certain other things I want to show, like I want to show Kelly's caviar, I want to show the knäckebröd, and falukorv. There are a lot of things that I could show, but yeah, only if you guys are interested. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.